As shocking as it sounds, we're now facing a democratic crisis in the UK as this completely out of control government shuts down accountability in Parliament, through the courts and on the streets. According to International Human Rights Watch, the UK could soon make the list of countries that abuse rather than protect human rights, thanks to this government's outright onslaught on the rights of its own citizens. Just think about that. During the past 12 months, we've had an anti-strike bill designed to rob millions of workers of their democratic right to strike, force them to work against their will and allow them to be sacked if they refuse. An Elections Act will lock millions of people out of the electoral process, a blatant act of voter suppression by the government. And now new laws will strip back our right to protest and limit our rights to judicial review, an affront to the very principles of fairness and government accountability.
We clearly have a problem with human rights law in this country that is making it difficult for us to achieve our objectives.
They don't even try to hide it anymore.
We do need to leave the European Convention on Human Rights.
Suggesting we might join countries like Russia and Belarus by pulling out of the ECHR is completely insane. Remember, the European Convention on Human Rights protects our right to a fair trial, freedom of assembly and expression, the right to participate in free elections, freedom of religion, freedom from discrimination, the right to privacy, freedom from torture and degrading treatment. How can we trust a government with our human rights when it's already trying to curtail our human rights under the existing convention we're already a part of?
The optics of leaving the ECHR are difficult. You've got the stomach to leave it, clearly. Has the Prime Minister?
At this stage, nothing's ruled out.
And if all that's not bad enough, in June the government used an unprecedented abuse of power to railroad through a change to the law to restrict our right to protest, the wording of which is so vague that anything deemed more than a minor disturbance could have restrictions imposed upon it. Just think about this. In essence, it gives the police almost unlimited powers to stop any protest the government doesn't agree with. And it's the first time ever the government has used secondary legislation to overturn a parliamentary vote, something which undermines our whole system of parliamentary democracy and allows government by diktat. That's why I'm supporting the work of Liberty, who are courageously challenging injustice, defending our freedom and democracy, and campaigning to make sure everyone in the UK is treated fairly. This is David and Goliath stuff, and Liberty need our help. So if you can, please join me in supporting the work they do. There's a link with this film. Let's stop this out of control government together.